Hey y'all, welcome back to another NV Creations coin roll hunting video. This is part 3 of box 2 of our pennies. I'm going to hunt through the third 10 rolls, 21 through 30. We can compare these to box 1. In hunt 2 we found 3 wheat pennies, 1 2009 and 1 Canadian, and 88 copper pennies for 133 points. Hunt 2 of box 1 gave us 151 points, so we are currently 47 points behind box 1 total. So we'll get this started and I'll keep talking on. My point system is 1 point for copper pennies, 59 through 82, 2 points for florins, 3 points for 2009s, 5 points for low mintage, 10 points for wheats, 15s for steels, 20s for Indian heads, and 30 for flying eagles. So far the highest pointing coin we've found are wheat pennies. So let's see if we can't get a higher pointed coin. I'd love to find a steel penny or an Indian head penny, but we don't know what we're going to find. So we'll get through into this and we'll start looking to see what we have. We'll set aside our copper coins, and I'm going to set aside 2024s because somebody was saying that they're lower minted, so I've been kind of hanging on to them, seeing what we have, but I do have quite a pile of 2024s. We'll see what we come up with. I also throw 84s into my piggy bank because that's the year I was born. So far we've just found one copper penny, which isn't super exciting, but we've got quite a bit of this roll left to go through. See what we can come up with. There's an 84 for my piggy bank. Be nice to find some more 2009s. It'd be nice to find a wheat penny. I always enjoy finding wheat pennies. They're fun to collect. If you guys are interested, when I do find stuff like that, I throw them up on my website at nvcreationsmontana.com if you'd like to pick one up for your collection. Pretty cheap if you wanted to buy one. I'm not here to make money off of this, just getting coins out to people looking for something for their collection. So far no wheats, but we have found a couple copper coins. Got a big old box full of copper coins that I hang on to. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. One of these days I might figure something out. Pretty quiet roll. Looks like we got 5 copper pennies and an 84 for my collection, so we'll throw that 5 points up on roll number 21 and we'll move on to roll number 22. Alright, so let's get into roll number 2 and see if we can't find us something good. Maybe a wheat, maybe a 2009. You never know what you're going to find in a roll of pennies. This is a 1984. I'll throw that in my piggy bank. There's another 84. $77, that'll go in our copper pile. I do weigh my 1982s to see if they are clad or copper. $72. Bumped the camera a little there. Sorry about that. trying to build a new camera rig overhead deal, so I've got more room to move around. It's another 84. Finding quite a few of them today. Another 84. I joke around and say that my piggy bank full of 84s one day will be my retirement fund, but what I do find, I'll probably be able to just get some top ramen noodles for dinner. So we got, looks like 4 84s and 5 more copper pennies on roll 2. So we're up to 10 points now on this hunt. Let's see if we can't find something better in roll 3. Alright, well here we go on to roll number 3. Let me know in the comments if there's certain coins you're looking for. I can try to find something for your collection and help someone out. You never know what is going to come up on roll. If you know, I'm up in Montana, I might have different coins than you got down in, say, Florida or somewhere on the East Coast. I know I find a lot of Denvers up here, being close enough that that's our main hub. There's a 2009. Looks like it's his, what do they call that one? His, I can't remember, business years or something. There's an 82 we can weigh out. So we at least got 3 points on that one. So that's kind of a nice find. I do put those on my website from time to time with a full set of like Denvers, or if I find a full set of Phillies, I'll put those on there. I try to put the better quality ones in sets, so if somebody's looking for a set of those. Links will be down in the description if you can't remember the website name. I don't think I need to rifle it off about 50 times on the video. A lot of 90s coins in here. 81. Another 82 to weigh out. Grab my scale out here in just a second. I haven't brought it over onto the mat yet. 84. 80. Thought that's what I saw. Thought it was an 89 for a second there. Let me grab my scale out here. We'll weigh up these two 82s and see if they are copper or not. That's going to be a copper one, 3. And that's going to be a copper one. If they were down in the 2.6 or so, then they would be clad. So we didn't do too bad on this roll. We got our one 2009 and looks like 3, 6, 9 copper pennies. So we're going to get 12 points on roll number 3. That's a pretty good jump on the hunt. We'll clean this up, move on to roll 4 and see if we can't find a wheat or something a little higher value. So I'll get this cleaned up and we'll move on. Alright, roll number 4. Nice 12-point roll on that last one, and we'll see if we can't get a higher points roll on this one. Start off with a 71, so we're already in the points. There's an 82, we'll weigh that one up. Finding a bit of copper in here, so that's nice. 65. Another 82. Get that weighed up and see if that's copper or clad. $68. Good amount of 60s coins in here. That's kind of nice. 80, 79, 69. So we did get quite a good pile of copper out of that. We'll fire up the scale and see if these are clad or copper. That one's going to be copper. And that one's going to be copper, so not bad. So far all of our 82s have been copper, which is nice. There's 9, 12, 15 copper pennies for 15 points, which is nice. Our point count keeps going up roll to roll, so let's keep this rhythm going. We'll move on to roll number 5. Alright, let's dig into roll number 5 here. See if it has something magical in there. Start off with a 72, that's always nice. 81. Nice to get some older stuff. 78. 79. We're there. Another 2009. A little bit more tarnished than the other 2009 we got here. Same exact ones. Both 2009 Denvers. So that's going to be a quick 3-point jump on the points for this roll, which is always fun. There's an 84. Whoa. Almost missed that. Another 2009. I think this one's his early childhood. It's going to be a 2009 Denver. There's two 2009s in one roll. I don't think I have ever found two 2009 pennies in one roll. So that's pretty darn exciting. Oh my goodness. Here's his formative years one. That's 3 2009s in one roll. If we can just find his presidency now, we'll have a whole set on one roll. That is crazy. There's an 82. I'm guessing that's copper, but we'll set it aside and weigh it up. This is one heck of a roll. Tell you what. Finding a good pile of copper in there too. It's another 82. We'll set that aside. Oh my goodness. Would you look at that. 4 2009s in one roll. This one is pretty dirty. Another formative years. Can't believe it, man. This is one heck of a roll. This is like the mother lode for lower end coins. Obviously none of them are worth a super amount of money, but still fun to find this stuff. There's a 2024. We got just about everything in there. Throw a wheat on us and we'll have a banner roll. Tell you what. It's another 84. Another 24. Man, I cannot believe this roll. 12 points right there in 2009s. Man, I can't believe that. That is so cool. Get this scale weighed up, and we'll look. These all look copper to me, but we'll double check. You never know. That's going to be a copper, obviously. There's a copper and a copper. Man, Talk about a great roll. Let's see how many copper we got. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 copper pennies, plus the 12 points for our 4 2009s. Man, if we could have just found his presidency, we would have had a whole set of Denvers. Man, so we'll throw 25 points up on the board for this one. Like I said, the rolls just keep getting better and better. Let's fingers crossed that the next ones will follow in suit on that. Man, great roll, great roll. I'll get this cleaned up, points on our scoreboard, and we'll get into roll number 6 and see if we can't get more than 25 points. All right, let's dig into roll number 6. Man, talk about a great roll, that last one. It might be my highest scoring roll to date on pennies. I know that it's the most 2009s I've ever found, which is outrageous. See if we can't get something good out of here. Man, dang near riding a high on that last roll. An 81, 84 for me, 68, 73, good roll of copper right there. An 81. Do you guys hunt copper, or do you just toss it back and move on to the next roll? I'd like to know. Type it down in the comments and let me know if you guys hang on to your copper coins or if you just throw them back when you take in your dump. There's a 59 Denver. Pretty old one there. Can't get any older without being a wheat penny, unfortunately. Would have been nice if it was a few years older, but take what we can get. $83, that's going to be clad, so we won't hold on to that. Definitely not as good of a roll as that last one, but we're still bringing points on, which is always great for me. Like I said, not as good of a roll, but still a good one. I got 184 for my personal collection. Looks like we're going to get 8 copper pennies for roll number 6, so we'll give us 8 points on that one, and we'll move on to roll number 7. Alright, roll number 7. Only 8 points on roll number 6, but still got something in the collection, and see if we can't keep adding to it. 82, that one's pretty shiny. It might be clad. Not seeing any noticeable wear on it to throw the obvious out that it's clad, but that was a really dirty one. Don't know exactly what year it is. I noticed it had a 2 and a 0 on it, and it wasn't a 2009, so we'll just toss it back. $19.80, $79. A lot of 2000 to 2010s or so. There's an 84, 83, 69. $84. Another 82. So we got 3 confirmed coppers. We got 2 82s. We'll check real quick. Copper and a clad. So toss that back. We're going to get 4 points on roll number 7. We'll throw that up on the board, clean this off, and move on to 8. Alright, roll number 8. 3 rolls left in this hunt. We'll see where we stand. A lot of shinies in here, so I'm not too excited about this roll, but you never know what's lurking in them tarnished ones. There's an 82. Give us a little something to weigh up. Let me know down in the comments if it's legal for me to melt down my copper pennies. Melt them down and make jewelry. That thing looks like it's been electrocuted. Burned a hole right through it with whatever they did. Yeah, I'll dig a little deeper and see the legality of it on melting down my copper and making like wire bracelets or something out of it. Let me know if you'd be interested in those if I made them. Seen some pretty cool designs with copper wire. There's a 2024. Instead of making coins out of copper wire or making jewelry out of copper wire, I like to make jewelry out of coins. Be fun to make one out of pennies. I know they're not 100% pure copper, but should still turn out, make a neat looking bracelet or something. So pretty quiet. We got a 2024 and 2 older dated copper coins. We got 2 82s to weigh up here. We'll toss them on the scale. There's a copper one. 2.6, that's going to be clad. So we got 3 points on roll number 8. Seems like our running an arc there. We had lower coins, pointed rolls at the beginning, went real high, and then it's dropping back off. So throw these 3 points up on the board. We'll hit roll number 9, see what's in store for us. Alright, roll number 9. Only 2 left in the hunt. See what we can come up with. There's some few older looking coins. Not sure if there's any weed in there, but you never know. One might be lurking in there hiding from us, ready to jump out and surprise us. $62. A lot of 83s in this roll. I think that's the 5th one I've seen so far come through there. They don't do us any good, do they? 72. 63. 80. 85. 70. 81. That's going to be it for roll number 9. Looks like we got 6 copper pennies for 6 points. Get this cleaned up, we'll move on to that final roll. Alright, here's our final roll of the hunt, number 10, roll number 30. See what we can come up with. Hopefully something nice and get us back in the points. That thing is very nasty. It's going to be a clad. What'd you look at there? There's another early childhood, 2009 Denver. So there's 3 points. This has been the best hunt I think I've ever had for 2009s. I am just over the moon with 2009s. I can't believe it. Got a Canadian. Those are always fun to find. Looks like a 2005. That'll give us 2 points. I always forget that they flip on the horizontal, not on the vertical. Or flip on the vertical, not the horizontal, excuse me. But that's fun to find. I like finding Canadians. There's an 84. This one's got a little of everything for us here. $70. At least got a copper penny in there. $82 to weigh up. Let me know in the comments if you guys enjoy watching me weighing these up. I did a video where I weighed up all of my 82s from the first box because I didn't know they were partially, some were clad and some weren't. 68. 84. There's a couple for me there. Alright. Nice little mix on roll number 10. We'll weigh up this 82 to see if it's clad or copper. It's going to be copper for us. So that's nice. So we got 3 copper pennies, 1 Canadian, foreign, and then our early childhood 2009, and then I got a couple of those. So we're going to get 8 points on roll number 10. Let me slap in a couple numbers here and I'll get us a total on this hunt. So the total for this hunt, we got 93 points. Let's see what I did on the last box. As of hunt 3 on the last box, we got 145. But we also found 3 wheat pennies in that hunt. Looks like 3 wheat pennies and 3 Canadians and 109 copper. That's a pretty high number. Like I said, we didn't find any wheats, but we found 5. Put my numbers in the wrong spot. Found 5 2009s. 5 2009s, 1 Canadian, and 73 copper pennies. I just drew a blank. I'm sorry about that. Looks like we found 3 2024s as well in this. Not too bad. We're still a bit behind box number 1. It was a little better on the wheats, but I can't complain for finding all of these 2009s in one 10-roll hunt. Can't believe it. Well guys, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. I notice a lot of people watching that aren't subscribed. I'm hoping it's not because I'm boring. If you have any ways to make these funner for the viewers to watch, throw down an idea in the comments. Let me know. I enjoy hearing from you guys. If you'd like to purchase any of these coins from me, I post them on my website at nvcreationsmontana.com. My email is nvcreationsmontana@gmail.com. If you have a personal question you want to hit me up, all this information will be down linked in the description. I appreciate you all watching. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.